The facts matter.
Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It is November 4th, 2020, and happy Wednesday to everyone. So we are going to be taking a look at the case summary for the criminal case in the 6th Division District Court of the state of Rhode Island versus Jamhal Latmir. Others of you may know him as the leader of Rise of the Moors. All right, so this has to do with obstructing an officer in execution of duty. He was arrested for disorderly conduct and resisting legal or illegal arrest. The offense was, of course, back in March on the 4th, and he ended up bonding out. And I believe his bond was set at $20,000. He was required to pay $2,000 of that, so 10% of it, in order to get out at the time. Now, my understanding is that there's been some statements that have been made that, oh yeah, the case was closed, and then this is shown. And it shows that as of the 2nd of November, closed. But the case status here does not mean that the case itself is actually closed. It's simply closed out of this particular court. So we're going to be taking a look at the non-trial disposition that took place on the 2nd of November. And one of the things that I want you to pay attention to here is this little statement right here, which is that the criminal case information was updated on J-Link to the police department. Then the bail and conditions were set once again to ensure that those were followed. And then right here it says on the 2nd, Rule 23 was put into place, which was transferring it to the Superior Court. Now, in a lot of these areas, the courts handle different things. We saw this with Monica Greer, for example, or Monica Justice, whichever you want to call her, where she was arrested, she was arraigned at one court, and then that court transferred her to a superior court in her area that handles criminal cases that deal with imprisonment for over a certain amount of time, or they deal with felonies, or what have you, depending on where you're at from a jurisdictional standpoint. So in this case, this is being transferred to Superior Court, and I'm going to show you where Rule 23 actually states that in the regulations in Rhode Island. But before we do that, the pretrial conference does show on here that the hearing was concluded, and shows the bond being set again for the same amount, surety $20,000, 10% being $2,000. And once again, this is the final notice that was placed in the county clerk's office, allowing them, of course, to close it out of the 6th Division District Court and sending it further to the Superior Court so that an actual trial could take place. So let me show you Rule 23 in the state of Rhode Island. So I will go ahead and link this in the description for you. This is a downloadable PDF if you'd like to read all about Rule 23, which is trial by jury or by the court. That means the defendant who has been charged with an offense, which is punishable by imprisonment for a term of more than 6 months, shall be advised by the court at the time of the defendant's initial appearance that the defendant has the right to trial by jury in the first instance, but in the event that the defendant chooses to waive that right and to stand trial in the district court without a jury and is found guilty, the defendant is entitled to appeal that judgment to the Superior Court, where the defendant will receive a trial before a jury. All right, so basically what this is telling us is that Rule 23 allows the judge to get rid of it out of the original District 6 District Court and move it to the Superior Court, where we'll be looking at the trial by jury or by court in order to decide on this case, because it is a case that is punishable by imprisonment for a term of more than 6 months. So that's where we're at. We're going to continue to watch this, and when there's an update, I will bring you more news. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.